Hey everyone, Henry Yellow here, welcome back. Today we are going to watch The Silence of the Lambs, directed by Jonathan Demme and starring Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster. Now I've heard of Anthony Hopkins, but I've never watched any of the movies that he's acted in, so this will be my first. And of course, I also have his other movies on my list, such as The Lion in Winter in 1968 and The Elephant Man. And same goes for Jodie Foster, actually, the first time I'm seeing her play a role in a movie. And in this movie itself, I know that Anthony Hopkins plays Hannibal Lecter, which is the cannibal. I know about Hannibal because I have watched the Hannibal TV series. Of course, I didn't watch all the seasons because when I first started watching it, the season 1 wasn't even completed yet, so I've only watched a few episodes from season 1, but I've heard that the entire series stopped at season 3 and there has been no news about a season 4, so I'm not even sure if I should continue and finish up season 1, season 2, season 3. I mean, I'm undecided. If you've watched Hannibal up till the end of season 3, let me know in the comments and let me know what you think about it. FBI.
Crawford wants to see you in his office.
Hurt, agony, pain, love it. Behavioral science, because he's studying the behaviors of criminals, criminal minds. Ooh, we've got a serial killer who skins the hands of his victims.
We're interviewing all the serial killers now in custody for a psychobehavioral profile. Could be a real help in unsolved cases. The one we want most refuses to cooperate.
Who's the subject?
The psychiatrist Hannibal Lecter.
Psychiatrist Hannibal Lecter.
Excuse me, sir, but why the urgency? Is there some connection between him and Buffalo Bill, maybe?
I wish there were. And you're to tell him nothing personal, Starling. Believe me, you don't want Hannibal Lecter inside your head.
Yeah, Hannibal is a psychiatrist, so he can really get in your head. But Clarice asks a very legit question though, why the urgency? Maybe they're not telling her something.
This can be quite a fun town if you have the right guide.
Now, I'm sure this is a great town, Dr. Chilton, but my instructions are to talk to Dr. Lecter and report back this afternoon.
Oh, the way she speaks kind of reminds me of Elastigirl from The Incredibles.
Crawford's very clever, isn't he, using you? I don't believe Lecter's even seen a woman in 8 years. I don't know why you ever his taste.
Ah, is that why?
I'm going to show you why we insist on such precautions. He complained of chest pains and was taken to the dispensary. When the nurse leaned over him, he did this to her. The doctors managed to reset her jaw, save one of her eyes. His pulse never got above 85, even when he ate her tongue.
Ooh. Kind of want to see the picture.
If Lecter feels that you're his enemy, then, well, maybe we'll have more luck if I go in by myself.
Hi, I'm Barney.
Hi, Barney.
He's past the others. The last cell, you keep to the right.
Are all these people serial killers like Hannibal? He's the only one with a glass cell.
Dr. Lecter, my name is Clarice Starling. May I speak with you?
Anthony Hopkins. I'm already kind of used to Hannibal being Mads Mikkelsen.
Closer.
Oh, strong eye contact.
I'm here to learn from you. Maybe you can decide for yourself whether or not I'm qualified enough to do that.
What did Miggs say to you?
He said, I can smell your cunt.
You use Evian skin cream.
Wow.
Sometimes you wear our added on, but not today.
Damn, how did he know that?
All that detail just from memory, sir?
Memory, Agent Starling, is what I have instead of a view.
Perhaps you'd care to lend us your view on this questionnaire.
Oh, no. You were doing fine. You had established trust with the embarrassing truth about Miggs. And now this ham-handed segue into your questionnaire. It won't do. Busy hunting that new one, Buffalo Bill. Why do you think he removes their skins, Agent Starling?
as trophies.
Most serial killers keep some sort of trophies from their victims.
I didn't.
No, you ate yours.
Yeah, like there's nothing left of them.
You think you can dissect me with this blunt little tool? You know what you look like to me with your good bag and your cheap shoes? You look like a rube. You're not more than one generation from poor white trash. As your father did as your coal miner, you could only dream of getting out, getting all the way to the apple pie.
Oh, he's really trying to get under her skin.
Are you strong enough to point that high-powered perception at yourself? Maybe you're afraid to.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans.
Only a cannibal could say that.
You fly back to school now, little starling.
Oh yeah, starling is a bird. Forgot that.
My wrist, so I can die. Look at the blood!
Ah, damn.
I would not have had that happen to you. This courtesy is unspeakably ugly to me.
Don't get near the class.
Listen carefully. Look deep within yourself. Seek out Miss Moffat, an old patient of mine, M-O-F-E-T.
She needs to wash her face with soap.
Daddy!
Hey.
Well, Hannibal was wrong about his assumption. Her dad isn't a coal miner, he's police. Most likely died in the line of duty, so she followed in her father's footsteps.
You're dead, Starling. Did you check the corner?
No, sir.
That's the reason you're dead.
Miggs is dead.
Dad.
How?
Lecter whispering to him all afternoon and Miggs crying. He'd swallowed his own tongue.
Ooh, he got him to commit suicide.
You don't have to feel any way about it. Lecter did it to amuse himself.
No, I think Lecter did it for her.
I thought the yourself reference was too hokey for Lecter, so there's a yourself storage facility right outside of downtown Baltimore, sir.
Wow, she really read between the lines here. No way would I have gotten that.
It's in the name of a Miss Hester Moffat.
Oh, she caught on to the clue, and she was right. Crawford's plan to send Clarice Starling to talk to Hannibal, it worked. I think Hannibal's taken a liking to her.
If this door should fall down or anything else, they know that you're with me. Call them if anything should happen.
See, that's good. Always have backup when you enter into places like this. Oh man, that cut looks bad. Perhaps this isn't actually Moffat's place. Maybe there's no such person as Miss Moffat. Could just be one of Hannibal's storage space, maybe? Spooky. Whoa, you can really see the dust particles flying everywhere. Oh, is this Moffat? Damn. Got his head pickled in a jar.
It's an anagram, isn't it, Doctor? Hester Moffat, the rest of me, meaning that you rented that garage? Dr. Lecter, whose head is in that bottle?
His real name is Benjamin Rasbell. I did not kill him, I assure you. Merely tucked him away very much as I found him.
If you didn't kill him, then who did, sir?
Who can say?
Rasbell was a transvestite?
Oh, no. No, just think of him as a kind of experiment. A fledgling killer's first effort at transformation. Do you think Jack Crawford wants you sexually? Do you think he visualizes scenarios, exchanges, fucking you?
That doesn't interest me, Doctor. It's the sort of thing that Miggs would say.
Countering him.
What happened to your drawings?
Punishment, you see. For Miggs. When you leave, they'll turn the volume way up. Dr. Chilton does enjoy his petty torments. What I want is a view. I want a window where I can see a tree, or even water. I'm offering you a psychological profile of Buffalo Bill.
Tell me who decapitated your patient, Doctor.
All good things to those who wait.
Hey, little cheaper.
Cute little cat by the window.
Can I help you with that?
Taking advantage of someone's kindness against them.
Get in the truck and I want to push it all the way up. All the way up.
Oh no, now he's got her trapped. Damn, you gotta be careful. by helping people late at night.
Oh, good.
Oh, he's gonna skin them right away. Oh, the poor kitty never sees her owner again. So it's possible he targets blondes with a certain size, like size 14.
Saddle up, pack your field gear. You're moving.
Oh, they even practiced that kind of thing in there.
Keeps them alive for 3 days. We don't know why. No evidence of rape or physical abuse prior to death. All the mutilation you see there is post-mortem.
Oh. Okay, he doesn't skin them alive.
Frederica Bimmel. Her body was the only one he took the trouble to weight down. So actually, she was the third girl found.
Oh no, they're not all blondes. You gotta find out like how he selects victims, where is his hunting area, what's his motive.
He's a white male. Serial killers tend to hunt within their own ethnic groups.
Okay.
Got his own house somewhere. What he does with them takes privacy. Got a real taste for it now, and he's getting better at his work. That's why you sent me in there, isn't it? To get his help on Buffalo Bill? I just wish I was in on it, that's all.
If I'd sent you in there with an actual agenda, Lecter would have known it instantly.
So her going in without that particular agenda was able to get Hannibal to open up.
This type of sex crime has certain aspects I just as soon discuss in private. You know what I mean?
Her folks would thank you if they could for your kindness and your sensitivity. But now, please, go on now. Let us take care of her.
Okay, they put that under their noses to cover up the smell.
Two of her fingernails are broken off. Looks like she's tried to claw her way through something. She's got something in her throat.
When a body comes out of the water, lots of times there's like leaves and things in the mouth.
Ugh, the thing is the actress actually has to have that in her mouth. It looks like an insect.
That's a bug cocoon. There's no way that could get way down in there like that.
Unless somebody shoved it in there.
They didn't find this with their other victims?
Victim's skin removed, this time in two large diamond-shaped sections above the buttocks.
When I told that sheriff we shouldn't talk in front of a woman, it really burned you, didn't it? It was just smoke, darling.
Matters, Mr. Crawford. Cops look at you to see how to act.
Right, because he becomes like a... Since he's a point of authority, he could be a role model.
It was found behind the soft palate of a murder victim. The body was in the Elk River, West Virginia.
They're insect experts.
Agent Starling, meet Mr. Acherontius Styx.
Acherontius
Better known to his
Styx.
friends as the Death's Head Moth. Only live in Asia.
Asia?
In this country,
Oh.
they'd have to be specially raised from imported eggs.
Somebody loved him.
And why shove it down a woman's throat? Wait, so when this latest victim, she had those 2 cuts on her back, it's like trying to make wings. Is it? Oh my goodness, don't tell me he's using the skin of his victims to sew some kind of clothing or to create a moth.
Why won't you answer me, please?
Oh man, he's already got his 7th victim now?
Catherine Martin, the 25-year-old daughter of Senator Ruth Martin, is now believed to have been kidnapped by the serial killer known only as Buffalo Bill.
I'm speaking now to the person who's holding my daughter. You have a wonderful chance to show the whole world that you can be merciful as well as strong.
Boy, that's smart.
Release her unharmed.
She sees Catherine as a person and not just an object. It's harder to tear her up.
Please.
If he sees her as a person and not an object.
The senator promises you a transfer with a view of the woods nearby. Maximum security still applies, of course. 1 week of the year, you get to leave the hospital and go here. Plum Island. Every day of that week, you may walk on the beach under SWAT team surveillance, of course.
That's a lot of effort to put in for one man. It almost sounds too good to be true.
Plum Island Animal Disease Research Center. Quid pro quo. I tell you things, you tell me things. Yes or no?
It's better to be no. Don't tell him things about yourself.
What is your worst memory of childhood?
Death of my father. My mother died when I was very young, so my father had become the whole world to me. Quid pro quo, Doctor.
Was she a large girl?
They all were. She had an object deliberately inserted into her throat, just like the one we found in Benjamin Raspail's head an hour ago.
Ah.
Caterpillar into chrysalis, from thence into beauty. Our belly wants to change too. After your father's murder, you were orphaned. What happened next?
Quid pro quo.
I went to live with my mother's cousin and her husband. They had a ranch. I ran away.
Did he sodomize you?
He was a very decent man.
He's always mentioning those sexual things.
But he thinks he is. He tries to be. Our Billy wasn't born a criminal, Clarice. He was made one through years of systematic abuse. Billy hates his own identity.
Dr. Chilton is secretly eavesdropping.
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
Okay.
He's forcing her to take care of her skin. He refers to her as it. That's how he detaches himself.
I want to see my mommy. I want to see my...
That's what they were clawing. They were trying to claw their way out. And that's her fingernail. I see, he's trying to mimic her girl screams because he wants to make himself into her.
I called Senator Ruth Martin. She never heard of any deal with you.
The hell is Dr. Chilton trying to do? Is he trying to make sure Buffalo Bill doesn't get caught? What the heck?
Identify Buffalo Bill. By name, Senator Martin, have you transferred to Brushy Mountain State Prison, Tennessee? Who is Buffalo Bill?
I've told the rest of the senator herself, but only in Tennessee. And I have a few conditions of my own.
Sign right here will have us a legal transfer.
No way, he couldn't have taken his pen. How'd he manage that? He's making use of someone else's problem as his opportunity.
Buffalo Bill's real name is Louis Fenn. Apparently, Louis had murdered a transient, done things with the skin. Did you nurse Catherine yourself?
I did.
Toughened your nipples, didn't it?
Take this thing back to Baltimore.
5'10", strongly built, about 180 pounds. Hair blonde, eyes pale blue. Oh, and Senator, just one more thing. Love your suit.
He purposely wants to rile people up.
How do you fit in, sir?
Well, it's only through my own unique insight into Lecter's mind that this breakthrough.
Unique insight, aka eavesdropping. Oh, is he still thinking that... She still thinks it's an anagram?
Go ahead.
Oh, are those his drawings? The drawings that were taken away from him?
Thought you might like your drawings back, Doctor.
They are.
Anthrax Island. That was an especially nice touch, Clarice. Yours?
Yes.
That was good.
Louis' friend, iron sulfide, also known as fool's gold.
Oh.
Well, I've read the case files, have you? First principle, simplicity. What does he do, this man you seek?
He kills women.
No, that is incidental.
That's incidental.
What needs does he serve by killing?
Their skin?
Sexual frustrations.
No, he covets.
He covets what he cannot have.
How do we begin to covet, Clarice? We begin by coveting what we see every day. It's your turn to tell me, Clarice. Why did you leave that ranch? No, I will listen now. Something woke you, didn't it? Was it a dream?
It was screaming like a child's voice. I crept up into the barn. I was so scared to look inside, but I had to.
What did you see?
Lambs.
The silence of the lambs.
I opened the gate to their pen, but they wouldn't. They just stood there. I took one lamb and I ran away as fast as I could. I thought if I could save just one, but I didn't get more than a few miles. And the sheriff's car picked me up. The rancher was so angry, he sent me to live at the Lutheran orphanage.
What became of your lamb, Clarice?
They killed him.
You still wake up sometimes, don't you? Wake up in the dark, hear the screaming of the lamb. You think if Catherine lives, you won't wake up in the dark ever again to that awful screaming of the lambs?
I don't know.
Thank you, Clarice.
Oh, he didn't reveal anything.
Your case file. Goodbye, Clarice.
It wasn't quid pro quo this time. She told him about her, but Hannibal didn't give her any clue, did he? Maybe it was revenge for her lying to him about the island and walking on the beach. Oh, he drew Clarice and the lamb.
Son of a demanded a second dinner. Lamb chops, extra rare.
Lamb chops. That's part of the pen. You can really pick a lock with a tip of a pen.
Mind the drawings, please.
Oh, he purposely set the whole thing up. Oh, gets his nose bitten off. Ooh, really added that extra touch. Oh no, he bit off the side of his lips. Oh damn. He let out all that pent up rage, didn't he?
Ready when you are, Sergeant Emery.
Oh no, he's gonna take his time with Pembry.
Did somebody go up on 5? Shots fired on 5, repeat.
You're probably gonna find Pembry's body in the elevator.
Pembry!
Oh, what? It almost looks like he cut off the skin on his back to hang him in the cage. Oh no, he used the flags. Gutted him.
He stripped the bed. Might be making a rope check all windows.
Sergeant Tate.
He's alive.
He disfigured him but didn't kill him.
It's Jim Pembry. Now talk to him, damn it. Flector is missing and arm.
You look real good.
I'm sure Hannibal is gonna go for Dr. Chilton, because he's got a bone to pick with him.
We're losing him. Down there, Becca.
I'm on the elevator bringing Pembry down.
We're sure that's Pembry, right? Huh. I mean, Pembry's one of their comrades. They couldn't possibly misidentify Pembry, right?
There's a gun by his hand. He's not moving.
Oh crap, that's Pembry!
Put your hands on your head.
No reaction at all. I was pretty sure Pembry and Lecter's hairs are different, so they actually misidentified their own comrade because of the disfigurement. I guess that was a good misdirection.
Yeah, that's right, 90, pulse 84, and the patient is on 10 liters of oxygen.
Oh, damn! That's another level. He didn't even use his own face. He used Pembry's face to fool his own comrades. Holy crap! Yo, I have to say, I'm actually kind of impressed. I mean, that's disgusting and what he did was wrong, but I still have to say I'm impressed. See, he really is using their skin to create something to wear.
Is this Lecter's handwriting? Doesn't this random scattering of sight seem desperately random? Like the elaboration of a bad liar.
First girl taken, third body found. What did Lecter say about the first principles?
Simplicity?
How do we first start to covet?
We covet what we see.
Every day.
So the first victim is the clue. I can only imagine the look on all those police faces when they see that Pembry's face is gone. No wonder they never showed us the face when, you know, the body hung limply from the elevator shaft, because there was no face to be seen.
I sure appreciate you letting me take a look around, Mr. Bimmel.
The victim who we saw got kidnapped had a cat too. And we also saw mannequins in the storage area.
He's making himself a woman's suit, Mr. Crawford, out of real women. That's why they're all so big. He has to keep them alive so he can starve them a while, so that he can loosen their skin.
I know who he is and where he is.
The subject's name is Jamie Gum, a.k.a. John Grant.
I need you to link him to the Bimmel girl before he's indicted.
Wait, that doesn't look like him. Are they sure they got the right guy? I don't think that's the right guy.
Thanks for the scraps, asshole. I got a better idea.
That's why he keeps them for 3 days, to starve them. So then it'll be easier for him to carve out the skin.
Come on, man. Come on, take that bone. Come on.
Oh no, it didn't work. What was she planning to do though? Hoping a rope would catch on something so she can finally climb out?
Did you two ever work together?
Me and Pam Malavese used to help her do alterations for old Mrs. Littman.
Can you give me Mrs. Lippman's address? I need to talk to her.
Oh yeah, it could be Mrs. Lippman. Because if they sew for her all the time, then Mrs. Lippman would see them all the time too. I already know they're at the wrong house.
Down here, you sick.
Oh, she took the dog hostage.
Don't you hurt my dog! Don't you make me hurt your dog!
That's not them ringing a door. That's Clarice ringing a door. Oh, and she's got no backup.
Good afternoon. Sorry to bother you.
There's no one here, Jack.
Clarice. Mrs. Lippman had a son, though. Maybe he could help you. I got his card in here someplace. Do you want to come in while I look for it?
Into the lion's den.
Did you take over this place after Mrs. Lippman died? Is that right? Did she leave any records, any business records?
Butterfly painting. Moths.
I mean, you got like a...
Act natural. Just act natural.
Here's that number.
Freeze! Spread your legs! Put your hands in the back. Thumbs
Aim his feet, aim in his legs. Oh shit, that's a gun. He's got a gun. He's got a gun, he's got a gun. Nah, if he's in the basement, there's nowhere for him to run. Just lock the basement door and go get help. Because no one knows you're here, Clarice. No one knows. Check the corners, Clarice. Check the corners. Is that supposed to be the close way the skin? It's almost complete.
FBI! You're safe!
I wouldn't say that so soon.
I've got to leave this room. I'll be right back.
Don't you leave me here, you... No!
I get why Catherine is really panicking, but at least respect the people who are here to save you. Now that she's confirmed that this guy is Buffalo Bill, I hope she shoots on sight. Oh no. Oh no, he's got night vision. She doesn't. And he's got a gun. Oh damn. Well, thank goodness he still had to cock his gun and alerted her. If it was a gun that didn't need to, you know, then it wouldn't reveal his position. Woo! Clarice almost died, and Catherine formed a bond with Precious. She survived one hell of an ordeal. She was this close to getting shot in the back of her head, man.
Your father would have been proud today. Don't forget your phone call.
How much you wanna bet Hannibal's on the phone?
Have the lamb stopped screaming?
The fly just landed on his forehead right at that moment.
I have no plans to call on you, Clarice. The world's more interesting with you in it. I do wish we could chat longer, but...
He's wearing a wig.
I'm having an old friend for dinner.
Oh, that's a whole different meaning. He's having an old friend for dinner. Could be literal.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. You know the security system all set up?
He's having Dr. Chilton for dinner! I knew he'd go for Dr. Chilton eventually. He asked a pretty good question. I wonder if the LAMBS have been silenced. If we think about the title of the movie, The Silence of the Lambs, then I'll assume that after saving Catherine, the lambs no longer screamed in Clarice's head. And this entire scene stayed the same throughout the whole credits. It's just, showing Hannibal Lecter following or tailing Dr. Chilton all the way to the end of the road and eventually having him for dinner, I guess. There are a few small things that I want to just mention about this movie. I think the first and foremost thing that we see in the movie is Clarice being in the FBI, basically, because back then it was still very seldom seen. And as we saw in this entire movie, as far as I recall anyway, I think there are only 3 or 4 women that I saw when we were showed all the scenes with the FBI trainees and all that. So I think what they're trying to show is that being a woman in this kind of job, there are people who kind of look down on her and stuff like that. And we really see the contrast when Clarice steps into the elevator with all her other FBI comrades, I guess, because they were also big and tall and she was the shortest one there. It could not have been easy to be in that position at the time, during the time when it is a male dominant kind of job. So perhaps in this way they were also trying to show Clarice's character as a strong, independent woman who stands her ground and won't back down so easily, and she knows how to protect herself and has a good head on her shoulders. Many of the things which I've already mentioned during the reaction, I won't mention it again. Oh, but there's one thing about the Anthrax Island. So when Clarice was giving this Hannibal the fake offer about Plum Island, but afterwards when they were meeting again in the I don't know, in a hotel or in the other place, Hannibal mentioned Anthrax Island. So I was confused. I was like, what? I thought it was Plum Island. So what is the deal with this Anthrax Island? So I did a little bit of just searching up, and Anthrax Island is an island that was used by 2 scientists. Not 2 scientists. It was an island that was used by scientists carrying out germ warfare experiments. And this Anthrax Island was contaminated during World War II by this experiment. So just a very brief thing just to share with you guys. So what happened on Anthrax Island? So 80 sheep were taken to the island and bombs filled with anthrax spores were detonated close to where selected groups were tethered. The sheep became infected with anthrax and began to die within days of exposure. So that was Anthrax Island, or also the island's official name would be Gruinard Island. I'm not sure why Hannibal would refer to the Plum Island offer as Anthrax Island. Maybe because if he had been fooled, then he would have gotten nothing in return. I'm not really sure about this. I also like how Clarice was able to pick up the subtle clues dropped by Hannibal, like about Miss Moffat, and she realized it was an anagram for the rest of me when she found out the full name was Hester Moffat or something. She was able to decode what he said when he said, "Look within yourself." And oh, it was actually your self-storage. Like hell, it would have taken me an entire lifetime. I wouldn't have figured that out at all. And also Louis' friend, which translates to some word which means fool's gold. So he was just lying to them. So yeah, Hannibal is very cunning but also intelligent. A cunning and intelligent psychopath. But what was crazy, what I think was the craziest scene in this entire movie is Hannibal using Pemfrey, I think his name was Pemfrey's face as a mask. He skinned him on the spot and wore his face as a mask. Like, dude, how crazy is that? At first I was wondering, how could Pemfrey's own people not recognize his face? But they did recognize his face. his face was carved off his head and put on Hannibal's face. That's why they thought he was pen-free. Like, that is... What? I don't even know if I should use the word genius, but I felt like that was genius. I mean, sure, he could have used a better way to escape, maybe, but the method he chose to use was just so brutal and so creative at the same time. To me, that was just like, bro, that like genius move. As for Buffalo Bill, we never got a really deep look into his psychology and why he did all this. I mean, we know on the surface that he, because of some kind of physical abuse or his past history, that he thinks that he's a transsexual and that's why he wants to become one. And to do that, he collects the skin of women and sew it into some kind of clothing so he could wear. But they never really dive down deep into what exactly was the incident that happened, which, you know, really made him into who he is now. Now, if the book that this movie is based on is anything like a Stephen King's book, then I'm pretty sure there's a big part of the book dedicated to Buffalo Bill's entire history and how he became to be the man that he came to be. And the movie is very interesting and I enjoyed it. Now, I used to also read these kind of crime novels. I've read some by Chris Carter. If any of you have heard of The Crucifix Killer and The Executioner and The Night Stalker and all these books by Chris Carter, and those are pretty good books on crime, and I got kind of similar vibes as I was watching this movie and I enjoyed it. If you enjoyed my reaction, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video. Peace.